Hey everybody, welcome back to Church with Jess. This is episode 21. We are back on the Earth Warriors Oracle deck, which is one of my new decks. I think this is maybe the third time that we've used this deck, but I love it. It really resonated with me. I feel like it's really great clarity and insight during this specific time and this shift that we're going through. Sorry I'm a little late, and I didn't really do church last week. It was a really busy week. However, I am going to try to get 2 in. I'll try to still do it on Wednesday or Thursday, but we shall see. But I will get you another one, I promise. Anyways, so I just decided I didn't really have a specific question in mind this week. I've just been kind of thinking about, though, like how negative everything seems right now. Just the state of the world has really shifted to such a negative place with, things that are going on in the world, and there's always negative things going on, but it's all about creating balance and not being too far on either side of the scale, negative or positive. It's just finding balance between the two. But I feel like for such a long time now, we've been so on the negative side, the far, like deep negative side of the scale. And I've been thinking, like, how can we shift our mentality back to like just a more positive mindset and like shift that needle back over? And it's, I think it's such a challenge with things like Facebook, and I say it all the time. I probably say it every week, and you might be sick of it, but like we gotta tune out from social media and not be so glued to it all the time and so worried about it. It's not real life. We need to not say, oh, well, I read this on Facebook, so it must be true. Because that's how all this false information is getting spread, and that's, fear mongering. It's being trickled down because people are going to feed off of it, and they are going to spew it back out, and it's going to branch out to other people who are going to do the same thing, and it's just this like never-ending process, and it creates all of this unnecessary fear in the world that literally controls people. It's literally a form of manipulation, and you should really not give in so easily to that. Question things. I tell you all the time to question everything and seek your own truth, your own knowledge. If you read something and it resonates with you, before you turn around and share it, research it a little bit and see where it's coming from, and research different opinions on it, not just the one that you agree with, or that you seem to resonate. Just do your research and form your own opinions based off of your own research and understanding of whatever the issue might be, before you just share it with other people, as a truth. So that's my advice for this week. But that's, just thinking about all that. And I just did a 1-card spread because that is just just gaining simple clarity on just kind of asking the divine source, the universe, God, Great Spirit, what guidance you need right now to lead you ahead on your path. And I just kind of felt, I was looking at other spreads and, thinking, but I'm like, I just had kind of like a general, simple thought this week. It wasn't really like a question, and I think like we all just need some general guidance right now. And I really love what came up because it's something that I have been thinking heavily about, and I know so many others who are in my position are really thinking about this right now. So I really hope this will give you some clarity, as it did for me. So anyways, Earth Oracles, or Earth Warrior Oracles is what deck we are using. Guidebook by Alana Fairchild. Let me just tell you. So again, the one card spread, the one card layout, you're just asking, what do I need to know at this time for my highest good? And this is what the universe presented us with. This is a great card, especially for now. Chaska, the Star of Venus, Chaska. Sorry, my fan is blowing the card, but I just want you to resonate with the image. Chaska, Star of Venus. So let me tell you a little bit about the card. Chaska, Star of Venus, supports an inner shift to higher consciousness. Whether or not you consider yourself to be financially skillful, part of your sacred power and purpose includes the healing of economic and financial matters in your own life and the world. You are meant to experience abundance, creating and sharing prosperity from a place of inner spiritual security. A healing liberation from poverty consciousness allows the universe to work through you more easily without the obstruction of negative conditioning. And poverty consciousness is that thought process of, constantly thinking that you don't have or you are without, instead of thinking based on the law of attraction, thinking as though you already have everything that you need, and projecting the life that you want as if you already have it. So poverty consciousness is kind of the opposite. It's always having the mindset that you don't have and that you're without and you don't have enough and you're stressing about this or that. And what this is saying is, the universe is able to work through you more easily without the obstructions of negative conditioning, the obstructions of negative conditioning, like what society tells us that we are or are not, or that we can or can't be. This is all about self-work. This whole process and all of these lessons are all about searching within yourself to find the answers that already lie within you. And it's just, peeling back the layers and digging deeper and deeper. And now we're in week 21 and, I think that we've dug pretty deep and, we're going to keep going because there's always work to do. But, it's basically saying, you deserve, you are, worthy of, all of the abundance of the world, and you just have to, change your mind and change your life. Get out of certain ways of thinking so that you can be open to receive all of the blessings that are coming your way. So in pulling this card, it's saying that financial healing is indicated. Let go of fear and trust unconditionally that the universe is supporting you. What brings you a sense of joy, purpose, and passionate devotion? Focus on that. Believe in your ability to thrive by being and expressing your authentic self. Notice how you relax into flow and more easily attract what you need when you acknowledge that the universe wants you to flourish through being you. Focus on putting your beautiful beliefs out into the world, not in consuming the negativity or fear of others. Give of your spirit abundantly. Nothing is beyond the reach of divine assistance. Trust in this, and you can fulfill your purpose of being a positive influence in the world. So I think, a lot of people right now, including myself, have lost their jobs or had reduced hours, or their careers are pretty much on hold, especially those of us in the events industry, with literally no specific date of when things are going to commence, and just being unsure. And also, we have the CARES Act, which was an extra income, which was a good amount of extra income every month, or every 2 weeks, has now ended, and you have people making 6-figure incomes who will never have to ever go through this process of unemployment or loss of job, literally fighting over the fate of the working class, which is insane. And because they can't make a decision, everyone, or so many people, are going to suffer because of that. And they're talking about greatly reducing the amount of relief given by a pretty large amount. So that's been something that's been on my mind, and I think has been on a lot of other people's minds as well. So what this card is saying is to let go of the fear and just trust the universe unconditionally. Trust that you will be provided for, but it's all about changing your mindset, and believing that you can achieve, because you can achieve anything that you put your mind to. The mind is very powerful. Thoughts are things, and you want to attract the things that you want. So, keep that. I love vision boards. I think that they are such a great tool for manifestation and for keeping your mind on a certain thing, or in a certain state. You can get old magazines, newspapers, whatever, images that you print out, from the internet. And you can just put words and images on like a poster board or some foam core or something, cardboard, things that resonate with you, and things that you see for yourself. Maybe you see a home that you feel like this is where I want to live. You could put that up there. Words like self-love, self-care. You could put pictures of money, a car, anything. And remember, sometimes our wants don't align with our needs. So think about the life. Just think about the life that you are meant to be living, and try to create that on a board, and place it somewhere where you will see it every single day. Maybe when you wake up, and when you go to sleep, or when you're, whatever, like anywhere where you will physically see it every day. And don't just, see it and it's there. Look at it every single day, and, you transfer those images into your mind, and, looking at them every day, you start seeing them in your mind, and you want to keep them in the forefront of your mind. And eventually, it's not instant gratification. You have to put the effort in and be open to receive, and you'll see it. You'll see the blessings start to come your way. If you can shift your mind from that, that negative conditioning that we're all so, so used to, and so it's just ingrained in us. Just, we got to escape from that. And this is also talking about, just believing in yourself and not trying. This is another thing that social media is really, really good at, is making people feel like they have to be like everybody else and have the same opinions as everybody else so that they fit in. And really, to live out your soul's true purpose, you have to be your most authentic self, and you can't worry. You can't spend your life worrying or being fearful of not fitting in to the non-existent box. You just have to be yourself. And honestly, if people don't like you for being yourself, then that's just fake. I mean, it's artificial. It's, why do you want that? I know everybody, I think, wants friends or people that care about them, and that they resonate with, but you shouldn't have to be somebody else to be in a certain social circle. Just be yourself, and the people that you are meant to align with will attract themselves to you. So that's just part of just getting our minds away from these detrimental thought patterns that most of us have and have had through our lives, and just get, more and more more and more negative as the older we get and the more time we spend in society, and the more BS that's being fed to us, and you need this and you need that. Only you yourself know what you truly need, and that is something that you have to seek within yourself, as we always talk about every week. It all lies within. So it's just something to think about, and you put out what you put out, you take back in. So put out what you want to see come back to you. And you don't want to see negativity come back to you. Always acknowledge your thoughts and why you're thinking them, but get yourself to a place where you can release them and bring in some new thoughts that maybe better align with how you see your life and the life that you truly deserve. So this is spiritual guidance. The Oracle of Chaska is the Oracle of Venus, the morning and the evening star. She heralds the transition into a new reality of higher consciousness and healed experience regarding money, financial power, and resources. This oracle guides you to give up false shame of not having enough, or guilt for having too much. It goes both ways, Your true worth is a matter of soul and has nothing to do with material things. As you relax and acknowledge the love that the universe has for you, your material reality will unfold with grace and divine spirit. So remember, just be your most authentic self and project all of the things that you would like to see in the world and for your own life, or for, because really, it all starts with us. And I think when each one of us changes our own minds and changes our own lives, we end up just changing the world, which is much needed. And we're going through this shift for a reason. Place your sense of security not in the amount of money you have, but in the unconditional love and endless generosity that the universe wishes to share with you. We are so provided for, and the universe always provides if you trust in it. Trust that the universe will provide you with all you need to fully live your life. When you are given something, accept it and consult your own heart for how you might share that resource with wisdom. Give yourself permission to stop making financial matters an issue in your own mind. Trust that the universe knows what it's doing and all matters can be resolved according to a loving higher intelligence. Just saying, like, don't stress about things. It's easy to, for our minds to go to a place of stress and worry and fear. But we really need to trust and let go and be able to let go and stop thinking those thoughts and think, I have everything I need. I'm so provided for. The universe provides. I will be okay. I am okay. I'm provided for. You know, think of thoughts like I am. As we think, so we are. Anais Nin. But it's true. Thoughts are things, right? Thoughts become things. We are our thoughts. You know, we can easily tell ourselves, we tell ourselves, oh, you're not enough, or you messed up, or you failed. We tell ourselves these things, or maybe we're told those things by, you know, toxic friends or family members or significant others, and, you know, we start to believe them. You know, we tell ourselves over and over again, and we start to believe them, and they're not true. And I think what this card represents is that we need to start telling ourselves that we are good enough, and we are amazing, and we are beautiful, and we are wonderful, and we are fabulous, and we can do all the things that we want to do, and we have everything that we need. We are provided for. We are living the life that we want to live, that we are meant to live, and we are living out our soul's true purpose. Focus on giving of your gifts to the world as generously as you can, whilst opening up to receive fully and fearlessly. We have gifts that are meant to be shared with the world, and also in giving you will receive. So remember that as well. You know, sharing is caring, if you will. As a sacred change maker, you are asked to broaden your definition of currency from pertaining only to money to include that which has meaning for you at a soul level. This may include integrity, authenticity, relationship, consciousness, and community. In your relationship with yourself and others, how might you express such a currency of soul? Think about that. Like, how can you express the currency of your soul? Seek and treasure that which cannot be quantified monetarily. Cultivate and share your experience of true wealth in the best and broadest sense. Some indigenous cultures, define this wealth. Some indigenous cultures define this wealth not as how much you accumulate for personal gain, but by how much you're able to give in support of your community. Again, give and you shall receive. Give and you shall receive. The creation and honoring of soul currency does not mean that you are to be denied money or financial healing. It's about placing that in correct context. It shifts fear of lack. I remember we were talking about that in the beginning. It's just this fear in our minds of not having enough or not having what we need, stressing, worrying about, how we're going to make it. So it shifts fear of lack into trust and spirit. The recognition of soul currency helps unravel an obsession with money, freeing your mind and emotions to be recorded into a more relaxed and opened attitude towards financial matters. This in turn makes it easier for you to receive the generous flow of abundance from the universe. Seeing wealth as more than money and refusing to make money an indication of success and the worth of a person is the antidote to the wound of separateness. That wound creates selfishness, ignorance, jealousy, and greed, stealing from community and depriving future generations their rightful inheritance. The love of money is the root of all evil. And that is a truth. The love of money makes people crazy. And I think most people see themselves, the more money they have, the worthier they become. And that's so not true. Maybe money can help to open doors or create opportunities that you might otherwise not have so easily, but that doesn't mean that you are worthless, and that doesn't mean that you can't achieve the same as somebody else, just by doing the work. So we have to stop seeing wealth as physical currency. And start thinking in terms of soul currency and what we feel makes us wealthy at the soul level. What makes our souls shine. It's not it's not just about material things, because at the end of the day, what do material things matter? We need basic things like food, shelter, clothing, and things like that. But all the other stuff, it's just stuff. And my Grandma Lou, she just turned 98, and she said, I asked her if I could have this photo album of hers, and she was like, take it. And I said, are you sure? And she said, well, I can't take it with me. And it's true. All these material things that we love so much and are so attached to and think that we need and we can't live without, like, none of these things are coming with us wherever it is we go at the end of our journey in this lifetime. So try to think about that, next time you put so much value on a material item. And try to think, does this make my soul happy? At the soul level, does this truly make me happy? This is the conscious economics of bringing people together, not driving them apart. And we are so being driven apart every single day. It gets worse and worse. How divided we become. And remember, united we stand, divided we fall. It's true. We are being pit against each other, and we ultimately will destroy each other. So that's why it's so important to move back towards, a positive mindset and get some more positivity into this world. And each and every one of us doing our own self-work and getting to our own positive mindset will put that out into the world, so that we can come back together and shine and thrive. When it is wisely placed within a soulful hierarchy and definition of value, not above it or beyond it, money can be part of a more full and sacred relationship of exchange, not something that creates division. We feel happier, more connected, and at peace. A spirit of hope, optimism, inspiration, and boldness of belief takes hold of our hearts, and we begin to feed the malnourished souls on this planet with good spiritual food. We no longer wait for a new world, we become it. And that is so true. you've probably heard before, become or be the change that you want to see in this world. You know, we're not just, life isn't just like happening to us. Like, we create the life that we are living. So, you know, it's true. Become, like, literally be the change. Change yourself from within. You know, if you have that desire to see a changed world, change yourself at the soul level. And become, like, literally become the change that you want to see. You know, walk your talk, basically. So, I have this awesome mug that my cousin Doris gave to me. She's so awesome. I love her so much. She's a beautiful soul. And she's so loving and caring and generous. And she's just the best person. Anyways, I am drinking my green tea from High Garden. It's really delicious green tea. High Garden, they're actually based in Nashville, Tennessee. Well, they had a brick and mortar that was completely demolished in the recent tornado that was in Nashville. It was, yeah, very tragic, but one of my favorite places to visit every time I'd go. I go to Nashville about once a year to spend time with my family. And my sister and I always would go to High Garden. It was such a spiritual and just calming and just a happy place. And it's totally gone, but it's not totally gone because you know, they're still able to, you know, sell their teas and have an online presence. And this tea, I saw one of the owners, Joel, did an Instagram video on it. It is I might be saying this wrong. Gyokuru Carigane Jade Dew. It's shade grown premium green tea from the Kyoto region of Japan from this year. And I saw him do this video and pouring it and talking about it, and he was just talking about it so passionately. And it sounded so good, I had to order some immediately, and it came the other day, and it is really a divine tea. I love High Garden so much. They are online. You can order their teas, their bulk teas and herbs and things. So go check them out. I think it's probably highgarden.com. I will tag it. I'll tag their website, but they're just really amazing people, and I hope that they'll be able to rebuild someday. So yeah. All right, so the awesome thing about this deck is at the end of each card's meaning, there is a healing process. So we're going to do the healing process together. And let me show you the card just one more time so you can kind of have this in your mind. Chaska, Star of Venus. Okay, so this might be kind of hard with my camera, with holding my camera, but so basically we're going to place one hand on your heart and say aloud. I'm gonna put the camera here. So I can do this with you. So, put one hand on your heart and say aloud, I give thanks for the abundance of grace available for all beings. I open my heart to let go of diminishing beliefs and interpretation of events. I no longer carry fear in my heart. My heart is filled with trust and peace. I give thanks for divine intervention, innovation, and blessing on behalf of all beings in all matters of economics. Great Spirit of love, please guide, assist, and protect each one of us in all worldly matters. Okay, so now we're going to stand up, and we are going to face the west, which for me is this way. Let me see if I can find a good spot. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we're going to face the west, or you can just turn to your left. Hold out your left arm. Palm facing upward. And say aloud, by the evening star, I now give over to the great beloved Spirit all matters of concern, that they be held in your hand, resolved by your grace. Your hand may feel heavy at first, but hold it softly there until it feels light. You're asking for the Spirit to take away all of your fear and concerns and allow it to be in their hands. You are so provided for. You have everything that you need. You don't need to worry, and you don't need to live in fear. So once your hand feels light, you're going to turn around to the east. Going to just put my phone, my camera. All right. So now you're going to stand facing the east, or you can turn to the right if you prefer. You're going to hold out your right arm now. Palm facing upward once again, and say aloud, by the morning star, the great, divine, beloved Spirit now gifts me with all that I need for divine fulfillment, for the overflowing of divine grace into this world, so that love will flourish through all beings. Feel your right hand as touched by the spiritual light of the morning star and blessed. And then you're going to place your hands in prayer position. You've completed the healing process. So that is church for today. Just a simple reading, and I hope you gain some clarity and understanding, and you feel motivated to change your mindset and let go of the fear and the negative thoughts revolving around money and wealth, and maybe rethink what wealth actually means to you at a soul level, and what you need to do to get to that place. And just remember that you are supported. Let go of that and let whatever it is that you believe in, take it into their hands, because it's not your worry. If you are provided for, then it's not something that you need worry about at all. You will be okay. You are supported. You are loved. You are perfect. Your soul is just trying to live its true purpose and be its most authentic self. So let that shine through. And don't let your judgment get clouded, or your mind get clouded by what our society tells us that we need and want, because nobody knows what your needs are except for you, what your true needs at the soul level are except for you. We're being fed all sorts of stuff, things that we're being sold, being told that we need, fears, lies, half-truths. We're often very misguided. So try to tune that out. Try to give yourself time away from technology and social media, and try to get into nature if you can, or just get outside, get some fresh air, and reflect within yourself and think about the life that you truly want to be living, and if what you're doing now is aligned with that life that you see yourself in, and just make the changes that you need to make to keep that image of yourself in that life in the forefront of your mind, and you will receive all of the blessings that are meant for you and that are already coming your way. So again, I'm going to try to do another episode of church. I know this one's a little late and going in. We're at the beginning of the week, but I wanted to make sure to get this to you. I will later this week, I'm definitely going to post episode 22. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you then. Namaste.